Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a match between Neeb and Serral here on Triton, the latter edition from WCS Fall, day number 3. And in the bottom right-hand corner is the Red Zerg player. It is Serral from Finland. And top left corner, we have the Blue Protoss player hailing from the United States of America. It is Neeb. He is currently the best foreigner Protoss in the world, and Serral is the best Zerg player in the world, according to the last couple of years. And let's go ahead and see what they're going to do. I love PvZ, you guys. I love it so very, very much. I like this map. I like the snow. I like the little red plants sticking out. I like the fact that there's a Zelnaga Watchtower in the middle. Zelnaga Watchtower in the middle. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so we're ready for this cast. No Forge first here from Neeb. Hatch first here from Serral. 16, 18, 17, right? So 18 pool? No. 16 hatch, 18 gas, 17 pool. Man, my words are getting away from me here, but thank you very much for enjoying this anyway. Yeah, there we go. 17 pool. Everything lines up real nicely if you do that. And yeah, just one gate, gas, expand, pylon, cybernetics core pylon, cybernetics core pylon. There are a little bit of some different things you can do here. You can get that pylon down first if you want, but if you want to wall off a little bit earlier, you can go for that cybernetics core, no big deal. Second gas, and then pylon coming up here from Neeb. So players doing whatever they want here, which is just pretty standard at this stage. Neeb, again, excellent Protoss player, having a great 2019 in the WCS standings, actually doing better than Showtime, who has been the best foreigner Protoss in the world the last couple of years here. But Neeb really stepping up his game this year, which I appreciate as a fellow American, seeing somebody come up there and do some elite StarCraft stuff, because for a while there it was special. It was it was Showtime. It was Serral. And sure, every once in a while we could get something out of Neeb here. He did have a good time 2-3 years ago now, but anyway, it's just good to see him back to where he is. I'd like to see him perform well at BlizzCon. I'd like to see him just make all of us proud. That's what I'm expecting here. Stargate opening out of Neeb. Nothing too crazy there. Got an Adept cruising on in as the third base comes up at about 2.5 minutes. And yeah, Serral, as he is wont to do, is just playing pretty darn incredibly standard. I mean, not like ridiculously standard to the point that he doesn't always play standard, but every so often he changes it up. But for the most part, this is what you're going to get. Oh, he got the bit of a half surround there on that Adept. And is not going to shade in. There's no way you're going to shade in. Yeah, there's too many lings around. Too many Zerglings. If perhaps Serral had skipped some Zerglings, then yes, you might want to go in there and see what's going on. But otherwise, you're just going to go ahead and shade in, see what you can see with the limited vision that you have with that shade. Tried to catch it, couldn't quite do it. That's totally fine. So yeah, Oracle on the way. Probably going to see more than one, but this Oracle's name is going to be Flying Taco, named after a Terran dish lost in the mists of time. This Oracle is ready to sound the last bell for his teammates. Bit of a Taco Bell humor there. Pretty fun submission. All right, so cruising on in. There's a Phoenix following up. Maybe another Oracle. We'll see how much he wants to commit to this. Honestly, I've seen a lot of success from Stats doing this against Zerg players. Stats versus Solar was a series that I cast a couple weeks ago. Fantastic ZVP series if you missed it. It was best at 7, which is a ton of fun. But yeah, Oracle cruising about. And yes, second Oracle coming in. So yeah, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing the double Oracle play with the Phoenix for lifting up queens and whatnot, and just trying to keep this one alive in the meantime with spores on the way and queens ranging about everywhere and more queens on the way. As is tradition, you just want a lot of queens, and it's not necessarily something that Snoot invented, but it is considered Snoot style, as he's the first guy in StarCraft 2 to really just popularize making a ton of queens, as they're fantastic anti-air, okay, for one. So if your Protoss opponent shows up with a ton of oracles, or 2 or 3 oracles anyway, as another Oracle is on the way here, then you're not going to die because your queens can hold it off pretty well. It's also not too bad against other styles of attacks. I mean, just queen DPS is pretty fantastic. In general, against air, and okay against ground, but with the transfuse, things get really good. Yeah, 2 queens and a spore, enough to chase that away. That's all I'm talking about. 2 queens and a spore, enough to shove away 2 oracles and a Phoenix, but another Oracle is now finishing here, so that does change the balance of power just a little bit. Serral should be able to hold it regardless, as he is still making Spore Crawlers. Is he making one in the natural? Yeah, he kind of skimped on that one. Or is they gimped for some reason? That's not what I meant to say. Skimped. Oracle here looking pretty cool with that skin. Ooh, sentries look good too. What is this skin? I don't know what it is. I don't recognize it. It must be a new one, but it's pretty fantastic anyway. All right, so cruising on in. There are queens here, but maybe not enough. Trying to maybe transfuse. No transfuses available, but Spore and Queen. Pretty good. Good micro. Queen's down. Another queen going to die here, and this is the thing. Queens die instead of drones. And Serral can live with that outcome. Honestly, totally can. Try to get some kills here. Yeah, 2 drones get killed overall, but nothing too game-changing there from Serral. He's fine with it. He's used to it, and he can live with it. All right, so third base done already for Neeb behind all of this aggression. Serral's got a bunch of Lings out, which means he wants to try to be aggressive with these, but man alive. Protoss players are so good at defending against Ling counterattacks, especially if there happens to be an Oracle up there at the third, although there's not. The Oracles are here. And trying to get some more of these drone kills here. Doing pretty fantastic. Honestly, Neeb playing really well here. Very impressed with him. 3 more drones go down. Ling's coming back home. Where'd that third Oracle go? Did we lose one? We did lose one in one of these engagements here. I'm guessing to a Queen. Probably not to a Spore. Zergling's coming up, recognizing, that's a pretty big push actually. About a 6.5 minute. Got Adepts in here. Got Stalkers. Got a couple Immortals. And a couple sentries. Spire on the way from Serral. Interesting choice considering it was a Stargate opening. It's really not that hard to deal with Mutalisks if you're Protoss, if you just start making Phoenix, but we'll see if that gets recognized or not. Hallucinated Phoenix comes around and does get killed before it can finish what it's trying to do here. Overlord scouts in. Zerglings do get into the third base. Where is the defense? There were Adepts here. I think they pushed out across the map to be part of this attack. Yeah, man, 2 Adepts can hold off a good number of Zerglings, especially if they're positioned well between 2 things. Overseer scouting on in and is going to see the fact that there are gateways here. There is a Templar Archives, which derp. I mean, honestly, what Protoss player is not going to get a Templar Archives versus Zerg? You need it no matter what they're doing, right? Storm, good unit against Zerg in general. Everything's pretty squishy. Zerglings going to try to get stuff done. Serral actually throwing those Lings away fairly carelessly and now getting a 4th base. This 4th base seems late to me. Neeb's been on 3 bases for quite some time here. Serral, now 4th base, just finishing. He has not been a base up at any length of time here. 68 to 67 workers. Phoenix or Oracle still cruising around trying to do stuff. Did tag the Mutalisks. And Neeb decides to go for Archons instead. I do not know about going for Archons versus Mutalisks, especially defensively. He is tossing up 3 cannons at a time, though. 1 for each of his bases, I have to assume. And making no Phoenix at all. Oh, no. Neeb, I don't feel good about this, man. I really don't. The Mutalisks are here. They are picking off your probes. They're going to be really annoying, and you can't chase them down with Archons. You can chase them down with Phoenix. They're really good. All right, man. Only just going to lose 10 probes here. No big deal. Before that cannon comes up. 13 probes. Sure. Why not 13 probes? I can live with it. 16 probes. Yeah, let's keep that going. 17 to white here. 17 to red. 18, 19, 20, 20 to 20. And yeah, just running away from the Archons because they're not very fast. Look cool, though. All right, so Phoenix production begins. Another Stargate starts to warp in, but those were 20 probes. 20 probes down. Absolutely bananas that Serral got that much damage done. 76 to 57. It was even for a minute there, but Serral, his 4th base, is fully saturated, or just about fully saturated here. He's got some more drones on the way to help with that. Making some Hydralisks with Grooved Spines, getting a Lurker Den, which I'm not a huge fan of against Protoss. I just feel like Immortals are really, really good versus Lurkers, and the last few times I've seen it attempted Hydra play that went into this stage of the game, at least, versus Protoss. It's just kind of a problem because, well, Immortals exist. Mutas being annoying, trying to get that. They do get the pylon. They do not supply block Neeb. He had more than enough supply to counteract for that. And Serral's 5th base is on the way. So Neeb's 4th is delayed because he lost so many probes. His income is not healthy enough just to stay in a 4th base. Perhaps he's just worried the Mutas are going to cause him some problems. Now, where Mutas are not good is base defense. You show up with a bunch of anti-air here and the Mutas have to defend the base. They suck at that. But they're good at harassment and good at being places where the slower ground army can't be for Protoss. But put them on the back foot and they are terrible, which is why we have Roaches and Lings and Hydras here. It's for that very reason. Ooh, drop action from Serral. Interesting. I'm on board here. Lurker drop. What is this? Brood War? We do not see Lurker drops a whole lot in StarCraft. But we are seeing them today. Ooh, he's going to fly right over this. He's trying to stay out of the way. Does he see this? I don't think he sees it. Oh my gosh, Neeb just barely did not see that. But oh, what is this? He's prepared for some kind of shenanigans, a little bit anyway. Not actually prepared for all of it, as he does blink back to his Nexus. He's got a cannon to help with these lings. The lurkers are a huge problem. The speedlings are a big problem. As the stalkers are backed into a corner. No, does deny. Ground weapons level 2 taking down that forge. Beautiful stuff right now. And an overseer coming in here as well. Lurkers getting some serious damage done, at least until the immortals show up, as I mentioned previously. Zealots doing all right here, but there's the unburrow and the pickup. And actually, a lot of the lurkers do manage to get out of there. How many lurkers died? 3 lurkers did go down, but there's still a few here. Burrowing down, forcing a cancel on the 4th base of Neeb, and things are falling apart for our Protoss friend right now. Storm is done. Storm is doing pretty good against these Hydras and these Roaches, really softening them up for other units to finish them off there. And Serral has the Mutalisks over on the right side, healed up thanks to tissue regeneration. Serral suddenly happily on 5 bases. He's got a greater spire on the way here too. And yeah, I think Serral has the upper hand. 189 to 153 supply, as Todd would say, look at the supply. And Serral, with that drop, he didn't kill a whole lot, right? I mean, he again denied +2 attack, which is really good. And also did depower the Twilight Council, which is not that big of a deal. But otherwise, I don't know if he killed a whole ton. I mean, 4 Archons have died, which is a decent number. 8 Stalkers have gone down too, but it's not like Neeb is dead. He is trying to replace his 4th base. Being on 3 bases to a 5-basing Zerg is pretty bad news. And yeah, ever since that Muta attack did so much damage to Neeb, he just really hasn't been able to come back from it. It is hard to make up ground when you're fighting against Serral and he gets an advantage on you. It's hard to be like, ah, yes, I just have to do this and I'll be back even. It's really difficult. Mutas, again, pretty good here. Generally, a cannon and a shield battery is pretty good defense against this kind of stuff, but there are enough Mutas. They don't have flyer attack, do they? They do not. Look at them just fighting against these stalkers straight up. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're just dying. Serral's getting a little bit sloppy with it. He's going to lose another couple Mutalisks here. Maybe? He didn't lose another Mutalisk here? Very strange. These guys are super weak. Super wounded. Very orange and yellow and red there. Army supply 122 to 108. Zerg player is up, but all is not lost, Neeb fans. Can you do this is the question. Can you do this with Storm, with Immortals? Mutalisk tacking on up. Pathogen glands just about done. Do we have any infestors on the field is the question. The answer is no. Not yet, but researching burrow. And working on yet another hatchery. He hasn't really been bothered for some time, so it is time for a 6th base, I suppose. Single Mutalisk, who does have 5 kills, by the by. Pretty effective Mutalisks here. Man, Mutalisks in the hands of Serral. Most effective Mutalisks, I gotta say. And even if he doesn't fly away when he's getting shot in the face, that's okay. He frees up supply for everybody else. But guess who's here? The Broodlords. The Broodlords are here. The 4th base of Neeb is in a lot of trouble. Does he have an anti-Broodlord army? Broodlord Hydra, especially with Lurker support. Blinking on in to try to kill these Broodlords. No, high ground. Actually positioned perfectly for Serral to deny that snipe attempt. And the 4th base is going to go down. And there's a drop in the main base with a bunch of lings rolling on out now. They're trying to warp in some Zealots to deal with it. The cannon with the shield battery is going to be pretty good here too. The Zealots are actually holding their own, so that's not doing a whole bunch. 4th base technically still alive. Storms are keeping the Hydralisks at bay. The Broodlords are not dying at this stage. None of them have gone down. This is done, right? This is done. Yeah. Okay, so that was pretty good stuff. Fleet Beacon on the way. Your response to this is just too slow. If you're trying to get Tempest, the Broodlords already took down your 4th base. There's no defending it at 5th base. It's on the way for Neeb. It's going to be his replacement. 4th. He's going to be on 4 bases and 6 bases here in just a minute. Rough stuff we're looking at right now out of Neeb. I love this guy. He's playing very well, but man, Serral is just on top of his game right now. All right, well, Broodlords firing on in, trying to just do as much damage as they can with their free units. As I know the comments will be filled with comments about the free units that Zerg have available. Hydra is just stutter stepping into the Stalker Immortal army because that's what they can do. To some extent. Anyway, Broodlord still just, we're going to keep the high ground. Just kill what we can. If you try to blink on in here, we'll just pull back to the high ground. Killing a cannon, not a big deal. Causing problems for the Stalkers here too. 3 Tempests at a time are in production right now. Still no Broodlords have died. They haven't really gotten a ton of kills here. Again, Broodlings get credit? I don't think Broodlings get credit for kills. The Broodlords should totally get credit for all of the kills that they get. Yeah, Neeb's third base is just going to go down here. That cannon's not going to hold for very long against this. The Nexus is getting absolutely wrecked too. The Tempests take forever to build. Neeb is frantically waiting for those Tempests to show up. Will it make enough of a difference? I don't know. I don't think we've even seen any Infestors in this game. There are no Infestors right now. I haven't seen any Fungals or anything else. Ling's taking down that 5th base attempt. The 4th Nexus does get killed. Tempest firing on in. Oh, the Storm. The Tempest count. Yeah, the Broodlords might die. And I think they will, but the number of bases killed has just been too much. Serral hasn't lost a single hatch today. Neeb has lost 3 Nexuses, and that 3-0 is going to be the difference in this game, and that's your good game. Serral takes your win, and Neeb is taken out in 15 minutes and 38 seconds. Oh, amazing match. Hit that like button if you like what you saw today, by the way, because sometimes I forget to say it. But anyway, crikey, what a match. What an absolute match that was there. And yeah, you just look right here, right here, right here. 3 Nexuses killed, no hatcheries, no lairs, no hives killed. Neeb had some good aggression early on in the game, but he could never get anything rolling after that. Serral was everywhere. He got that drop going. He did the harassment. He was able to get the creep spread enough to where Neeb was not comfortable pushing out onto it, and the Neeb was expanded a bunch of times. Lost 5 drones, killed 44 probes. 8. Again, the Broodlords died, but they won the war because Serral got the win on that one. So, I mean, Serral looking terrifying as always here. Resources lost 22,000 for Neeb and 16,000 for Serral. And yeah, this is about as clean a units lost to ebb as you're going to see from a Zerg player. Sure, a ton of Zerglings, sure, 20 Hydras, 10 Mutas, but I mean, there's not like the 48 Roaches or, you know, the 370 Lings. It's just, it's 4 Lurkers, a Ravager. It's just whatever, it's fine. We're going to lose a whole ton of stuff here, and that's going to be it. So great job indeed by Serral. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.